Hey, let's get into the Juan Thornhill back and forth after a quick word from Uprock. Guys, Uprock's a new sponsor of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Scaling your business requires the right expertise at the right time. With Upwork, you can find specialized freelancers in marketing, development, design, and more. Experts ready to help take your business to the next level. Upwork gives businesses flexibility by connecting them with top freelance talent across multiple industries, including IT, AI, web development, and marketing. Whether you need extra hands for a project or a long-term partner, Upwork makes hiring simple and affordable. Visit Upwork.com right now and post about your job for free. That is Upwork.com, UPWORK.com, to connect with top talent and grow your business today.
Good thing you didn't have Anthony spell that, but welcome to Upwork.
Thrilled to have Upwork on board. Yes. But, Bull, there was a little back and forth on Twitter yesterday that I want you to address. So in case you missed it, I'm going to run you through what happened, and then, Bull, you have 5 minutes to just give us everything that's on your mind. But, Steve, let's just take tag board here full and run through it. Juan Thornhill signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he tweeted this video tossing a Browns hat out and putting on Steelers gear. That tweet was then responded by Earl, who said, Bull's going to destroy Juan Thornhill tomorrow. I feel it in all my spirit. Bull then quote tweeted that with 6 exclamation points. Juan Thornhill, without being tagged in any of these tweets, found Bull's tweet and said, damn, buddy, you're a little obsessed, don't you think? If you need viewers on your little podcast, just say that. Clown emoji, salt emoji. Bull then responded, not surprised, finally tagging Juan Thornhill.
There you go.
Would be triggered. Thanks for the offer, but me and my little podcast are doing great. And you should like podcasts since you did more talking than playing in Cleveland. Too bad KC still doesn't want you. Maybe next year when the Steelers say bye, ? Thornhill then responded, this is a picture that he tweeted because tagboard sucks. We can't show you it in once, but he tweeted a picture of Bull and then tweeted a picture of a walrus.
Mike thought it was a hippo.
I did think it was a hippo at first. It turns
I think
out
it's a walrus. It's
definitely a walrus. And then Bull responded to that with, I can always count on the fat jokes from those who have nothing else. Congrats on being cliche. Another guy who came to Cleveland talking shit and then wipes out in 2 years after barely playing and then has the nerve to shit on fans with that embarrassing Instagram post. So, Bull, that was the back and forth. The fans had your side. The answers and replies to Thornhill were all on Team Bull. I would say 85 to 15. Team Bull, maybe 90% on Team Bull. Juan Thornhill's wife also got involved with this.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't respond to her at all. But, Bull, the floor is yours. Bring us inside what happened.
Wow.
This is something that has bothered me. When I moved to Cleveland in 2011, I embraced being here. I didn't know in 2011 that I was going to stay in Cleveland the rest of my life. At the time, I didn't want to. Not because it was anything against Cleveland. My dream had always been to get back to New York. That was the goal then. I was younger. I was 40 years old. And that had been the dream because coming up in this business, I was like, the top of the line is New York, and that's where I want to get.
Yep.
And as time went by, that went away from me. I for a number of years, I still wanted to get back to New York for a few, and eventually that went away. And then I thought, I don't know if I want to move. I like it. You know, I'm developing a lot of relationships here, a lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of community, a lot of fans. And there was still a time where maybe I wanted to move, possibly for the right gig, and it became less and less places I considered going. To a point where a few years ago, I just said to my wife, we both said, I don't ever want to leave. I love it here. I'm fully ingrained. And I think part of that is through Little League and other things I did in the community, and I just met so many great people, and I felt really a part of the community. I may not have grown up rooting for the Browns, and I'm not going to pretend to be a Browns fan. I want them to win because it's good for business. It's weird because I'm a Bengals fan, and so there obviously some tension there. Anybody that knows me knows I'm diehard for the Guardians, except when they're playing the Cubs, of course. Unfortunately, that was the matchup in the World Series. And I'm a big-time Cavs fan, okay? You believe it, you don't believe it, that's up to you. That's fine. But I'll tell you one thing that nobody can deny, if you know me, is that I'm a Clevelander, okay? I don't care that I wasn't born here. I love this community. I love everything about it. I love the city. I love Lakewood, where I lived when I first moved here. I love Rocky River, which I didn't think I would. When I first moved to Rocky River, I was like, oh, I don't know if we should move to Rocky River. It might be a little hoity-toity. And, yeah, there's part of probably the percentage of people that live by the lake are a little hoity-toity. But most of the people that live in Rocky River that I know are regular people just like everybody else, and they're not hoity-toity. And I love 99.9% of the fans I've met. And this is, at this point in my life, I have no plans to go anywhere else. I'm dying in Cleveland. I'm not moving. At one point, I wanted to retire and move to Florida. I don't want to retire. I want to do this and my little podcast for the rest of my life. I literally don't want to retire. I'm going to do this as long as they keep paying me to do it. Or maybe if they don't, I'll still do it on my own. I don't know. The point is, and I'm sorry I was long-winded here, the point is that I have love for the fans and I have love for the entire Northeast Ohio area. And so it pisses me off when guys come to town. We've seen it with Mike Holmgren when he came here with the don't ask me for playoff tickets. We've seen it with coaches. They got the dog bag. Everybody likes to play up their Cleveland angle. But you know what? If you're not from here or you've never lived here or at least you've never played here, you don't know what the fans have gone through. It took me some time. It always does when you're new to a community to develop like what the fans are like and what's important. And every time a player comes in here, because he got, promising, oh, we're going to win, we're going to do this, they never back it up. None of the coaches have backed it up. None of the GMs that have come in here and talked a good game, Joe Banner, Mike Holmgren, none of them. They all did talking. They did talking when they got here. They did talking when they leave here. They do nothing while they're here. And we've seen this from multiple players. And Juan Thornhill came in talking a big game. And then when I said, hey, Juan, we've heard this before from people. Don't worry. Like, he's criticized, oh, the fans are negative. Why wouldn't the fans be negative? The fans are as diehard as any fan base in the country, and all they see is losing. The team hasn't had back-to-back winning seasons in over 30 years. How do you expect people to be positive? People accuse the media of being negative. And I'm not saying there aren't people in the media, just like there are in any other market, that are purposely negative. There's going to be a percentage that's the case. But I can tell you, myself included, and everybody on this show, we want the Browns to win because if nothing else, it's good for business. More people watch, more people listen, more people are interested when the Browns matter. So even if you don't believe I or anybody else doesn't really care about the Browns, please believe me in telling you that we do. And you know what? I have so many friends here now. I've made a massive community, and with few exceptions, every single one is a Browns fan. You think I want my friends to be miserable? Some people do want their friends to be miserable. I don't. I want them to win. And so I always defend Browns fans, and I defend the people who can't speak to Juan Thornhill. So Juan Thornhill talked the big game. Then he didn't back it up. He was injured. Okay, not his fault. When he was on the field, he never played well. Never. He did nothing. He complained about the bad talk. Then he had the nerve to go on Instagram or whatever he did with this stupid Super Bowl thing when he talked about, oh, I should be in the Super Bowl. Well, the Chiefs didn't want you, buddy. That's why you're on the Browns. And instead of showing some respect, forget the organization, showing respect to the fans. And that stupid Instagram video he posted yesterday was a total slap in the face to fans. How do I know? Because the fans took my side, because they were pissed about it too. He came here, he did nothing for 2 years, and then he goes away and pisses on the fans out the door. I don't care what he says to Jimmy Haslam. The team cut him, I get it. So you want to be bitter against the Browns, fine. But don't take it out on the fans. As I said yesterday, this is the last thing, Mike. I have respect for every player that plays in the NFL. It may not seem like it at times because I get into arguments and I can be dismissive and I call people a scrub. Juan Thornhill is a great football player. He's great. If he wasn't great, he wouldn't have made it to the NFL. But he's not good enough. And he didn't do anything here. Nothing. And now he's going to go to Pittsburgh and he's going to wave a stupid towel and wish him all the best. But screw you, Juan Thornhill. And that's all I got to say. So I always got the fans' back. They had my back yesterday, and that's it.
All right, we're going to talk some Shedeur Sanders now. Boom,
guys got that off your chest.
I told you, 11:10, we had to move on. You spent 6 minutes promoting the Superman project.
Minutes, Mike. Give them 2 minutes. Come on, give him 2 minutes. We'll get all the
We ain't got. You done got all the. You finished your plate.
Well, is there anything else? Do you guys want to address it at all?
Only thing I would say is out of the whole thing is, you know, if you're gonna put out a video, I get that you're mad at the Browns. I do understand that as well. And a lot of the times, a lot of players don't think about the fans. They think about, I'm mad at the organization. So him putting out the video where he throws the Browns hat and comes back with the terrible towel, that's not a shot at the fans. Although it comes off as that way, it's a shot at the organization. And for him, he's using it as motivation to come back and obviously go to the rival team to go against the Browns because he wants to be motivated by all the things. All that said and done, if you throw some video out there, you got to put in a lot of thought into it. You can't just think about, you can't be tunnel vision and just be locked in on one thing. You got to think, how is everybody going to react to this video, which is something that he clearly didn't do. I don't think he meant offense by it, but it came off as very offensive, and that's why the back and forth stuff is what it is. You were 100% right with everything that you said. He had some injuries here. He didn't live up to the person that he thought that he would be, and I think he would probably agree with you on that. I think that's why he's got so much animosity, because he realizes that I did fail. I did say all these things. I did make these promises, and I didn't deliver. So he's lashing out because he's frustrated with that. But at the end of the day, listen, go have a great career in Pittsburgh, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope you bounce back and do well in Pittsburgh. It didn't work out here. There's no need to dog media members or try to be mad at media members, because injuries is part of the game. It's 100% gonna happen, and that's what hampered your career and with the Cleveland Browns. Stop wishing that you was with Kansas City. Be where your feet are. Try to make that situation the best, and try to do that in Pittsburgh. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, didn't work out here. Juan Thornhill came here. He said a lot of things. I think one of the main things is that he kind of feels like he didn't live up to expectations, and he knows he didn't play well here. And that's why, he's using some of this stuff to try to get back and to get his standing. I mean, you come from a championship organization to you didn't play for 2 years. Now you're going to the Steelers. But you know what it is, man. At one point in time, if you're talking about the Steelers, it's the Brown Steelers. We're not going to have no love for that. Like, you understand what type of time we on. Like, we still trying to figure out Kenny Pickett. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with him. And he on the roster. I don't know how. So you know what it is. People going to come after you. But here's the thing. Listen, hopefully your next coaches will tell you, listen, if you play well, that takes care of a lot of things. I don't wish no ill will on you, bro. But, when you bring smoke up, you're going to get this smoke. Bull going to feel how he going to feel. It is what it is.